Welcome back. I'm going over my 11.5-inch rifle today. So a lot of you guys may have noticed I've done a couple different things to this, whether it be painting and added a couple parts. But today, I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about my optic, my preferred optic, aka my preferred red dot, the Aimpoint T2. So before we get going on the Aimpoint T2, telling you guys things about it, I've been personally running it for 8 to 10 months. Super happy with it. It is super lightweight, and we're also going to be talking about the ScalarWorks lower 1/3 mount that it's sitting on. Best thing about this optic setup with this mount, the ScalarWorks lower 1/3 mount, like I said, how easy, guys, it comes off. You don't need any special tools. You don't need a ton of strength. It's awesome. Super lightweight, and like I said, within 10 seconds you're putting it on, you're taking it off. First thing that comes to mind when I'm looking at something or really wanting something is I need to find out how much it is. So that's what I'm gonna give you guys first. The Aimpoint T2 is expensive, all right? It's about $900 for this setup right here. $150 just for the mount alone, and about $750 just for the red dot. So a total of $900. When I first started shooting, I didn't have a lot of money. I still don't have a lot of money, so I know this optic may not be for everybody. To go ahead and show you guys what I've been working with in the past 2 years, my first optic on a rifle was a Vortex Spark. Okay, the optic was $220, the mount was included, and it was great for what I was doing. As I advanced, I went ahead and I purchased that $500 to $550 EOTech. After that, I realized I wanted a dot that stayed on all the time and literally was bomb-proof. And that's when I went ahead and bought the Aimpoint T2, and I'm damn sure glad I did. One of the reasons I bought this optic, guys, and finally found the optic that's best for me, the T2, for a red dot, I'm looking to get in the LPVO game, but for a red dot is because I could leave this bastard on all the time. That's what meant the most to me. For my wife that's sometimes home alone if I was working night shift or doing things at night, you know, she was able to pick up my rifle in a home defense situation, not have to do anything. Just look through the glass, see a dot. Something she wouldn't have been able to do with the EOTech. So the T2 will come from the factory in a 2 MOA configuration or a 4 MOA configuration. As you can see here, this is the 2 MOA. Now it looks a little bit bigger than it does in person on camera, but I went with the 2 MOA. Not getting back into the EOTech, but what I really liked about the EOTech is the 1 MOA dot in that center donut of death reticle that the EOTech comes with. But I noticed that my eyes really just liked a single dot, and therefore, again, that's why I went with the T2. So the reason I purchased the 2 MOA configuration over the 4 MOA configuration is that I wanted to basically refine my accuracy, as in dial down a little bit and really make those precise shots if need be, because honestly, a smaller dot will allow you to reach out and touch things more than a bigger dot. Now that we're talking about brightness settings and all that stuff, I figured, hey, a good time to show you guys how to adjust the Aimpoint T2 if you're interested in buying one. So this right here is your brightness adjustment settings. So I will usually leave my dot on around a 11 or a 10, just because I know that when I'm shooting during the day, it's where I want it. But at nighttime, if I were to go ahead and throw my Surefire M600 DF on and really light up a room, it does not wash that light out. As well as the controls to adjust the brightness are super easy and numbered and really make for easy adjustments on the fly. One thing I really do enjoy about the T2 is the lens covers. So that's really cool in my opinion. I personally leave mine down because I like them out of the way. But if I was in a really bad dusty environment where I needed them up, or muddy environment, what's so cool about this, and I don't know what does it, it's gotta be some weird science shit with the way your eyes work, but you can actually see through the optic with both covers up, which is awesome. I mean, it's freaking phenomenal. So Aimpoint, good job on that. We've already went ahead and told you guys how rugged and bomb-proof this optic is. I'm not gonna torture test it because it's, you know, I personally paid for this optic and my pockets are not filled. But I'm sure you can get on the internet and watch some torture tests. It's probably the most proven optic on the market. As well, the other reason I'm running it is it's super lightweight. Weight matters for speed. This optic with this mount is not heavy. I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you guys how much it weighs and all that trash, Go look it up on their website, but it is super light and fast. So for all the haters out there, they're gonna be mad if I don't put the spec sheet in this video. You know, I'd probably post it down below, but what I'm gonna do is show you what's so badass about GH Media that's doing this video. Here we go. So you'll see my T2, guys, is flat dark earth. It's like a lighter sand or Magpul sand color. It's because I painted it. I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to look cooler, and let's just say shit looks cooler when it's worn out. They also do come in like black, and I have seen some, you know, ones that came from the factory looking like this. Black's probably your cheapest way to go, and I like the paint because you can always paint it a different color. So the first thing I noticed about the turrets that are capped on the Aimpoint T2 is that they're really hard to get off. Now that might be because my baloney hands are massive and they're really hard to get in there and really take those small caps off, but I noticed, you know what, I really prefer that they're harder to get off than easily come off because I don't want to lose one, let's be honest. So what I'm saying is with these cap turrets, you have to take them off to zero the optic. Another thing that you have to do is use the Aimpoint tool. Now if you don't want to have the Aimpoint tool on hand because you lost it or just didn't bring it to the range that day, I will say that Rail Scales does come out with a little tool. I believe it's called the Ampule RDS tool or something like that. It allows you to adjust EOTechs, aim points, RMRs, PEC 15s, MAL lasers, anything like that. So if you're interested in that, check that out. I actually would like to get one. So Rail Scales, if you see this, send one out. We'd love to do a review. So it's that time to show you guys what I don't like. Now I already said about the Aimpoint that the caps are hard to get off. The tool comes in handy. But what I really don't like about the Aimpoint is that I need this frickin' tool instead of having just a simple flathead to zero my optic. As you can see, there are two holes right up top, if you notice, and this is the tool that you need to zero for windage and elevation. I don't like that. I just want to have a simple flathead or use a piece of brass on the range to zero my optic if need be, instead of carrying around this frickin' tool, okay? Besides that, I love the Aimpoint T2. I will continue to keep, this is an optic I will never sell unless, you know, 20 years down the line, it's, you know, not so cool anymore and there's much, much better things. But this, I think, is the best optic for overall use if you're looking for a red dot, not a scope. Now, getting out of that, the ScalarWorks mount. I purchased this mount for 150 bucks. Freaking glad I did. Super light. I don't need any damn tools to go ahead and put it on my rail. I haven't had one issue. I'm really looking forward to them coming out with a like 193 height. Super pumped as well. Down the line, hopefully I can get my hands on a LPVO, a low powerful variable optic, and get their mount as well. Love their mounts. Their prices are a little steep, but you definitely, once again, get what you pay for. So you guys saw how fast I was able to take that optic off with the ScalarWorks mount. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how fast I'm able to put it on. Now granted, I did mark where I want my optic again because it's a great idea. You're only setting yourself up for success to return to that exact zero. But like I said, all you do is go ahead and throw it on, push forward, always when mounting optics to return them to zero or close, and mounting them in general, push forward on the rail and tighten. Like I said, no tools involved. You go ahead, you tighten up that optic as tight as you can with your hand, and it's got a really nice locking mechanism where it will lock. I forget what the exact words are on it, but phenomenal. So there it is, the Aimpoint T2 and ScalarWorks mount. Within the 10 to 15 seconds, both ways, it's on and off, that easy. I love it. Super lightweight, rugged, stays on all the time. Phenomenal battery life. I mean, what more can you expect in an optic? Now, with that being said, what is most important, guys? Everybody's starting to say it now, training. It is most important. Not what optic you have, what weapon light you have, what rifle you have. What's most important is how you train. I'd much rather have you have about $1,000 of this stuff right here, 223 for your rifle, than a $1,000 red dot. Go ahead and spend your money on an EOTech or something similar that is gonna last a long time, has a great warranty, is proven, and then go ahead and take that other $500 and get some munitions. Real quick, if you haven't seen my 11.5 AR pistol video that is a couple months back, you'll notice that I've done a couple different things to this rifle. One of the best things is I added the law folder. We are gonna be doing a video on the law folder soon, and I painted up a couple things. But besides that, guys, if you enjoyed this video and would love to see more reviews on optics and not so much range stuff, definitely leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think of the new studio. We're gonna be doing a ton of work in here. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Once again, thank you to 556 NATO Flicker for this awesome hat. IWI actually sent me this shirt last week, which was super cool. Go check out that video on the Tavor. Really would appreciate it. You go check it out. Let me know what you think. Once again, guys, TA Targets, 556 NATO Flicker, Shooting Surplus, all support what I do. Thank you to GH Media for this awesome studio, quality, camera, all that great stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. Definitely follow me on Instagram at blackirongunner and Greg at GH Media. Later, guys. Appreciate it. Peace. So this actually, I'm damn sure glad I did. Excuse me.